So one of the first things I wanted to do when getting this house, which I very recently moved into, as you can see, is remove this DC fix. Now, some people like it, fair enough. Like if you have a really expensive worktop, it will help protect it as well. I'm just not a fan of this fake wood effect, so I'm going to take it off. I already did a test spot here, and it's got this nice, like, not real marble, but marble effect worktop underneath. And I can feel it's quite sticky here, old adhesive. So we'll need to get that off as well. But essentially, if you kind of just pull at it like I've done here, it will just come off in like very small bits, and you'll be at it for absolutely hours. So all I'm going to do is plug this in, heat up a patch, and then start pulling essentially. Now I can see there's a tiny little bit here that I can start at. So I'm just going to heat this one area up. I might just push the fridge slightly out of the way, and we'll go from there, because I want to get this off and then we'll see what it's like underneath. One thing to bear in mind, if you didn't fit the DC fix, like in my case I didn't, the previous owners did, they might have done it for a reason, meaning there could be damage to the worktop underneath. So just bear in mind that if there is damage, you're either going to want to replace the worktop or stick some new DC fix down if that's what you want to do. I'm hoping there's no damage, but there's only one way to find out, isn't there? Yes, it's filthy. I've done that on purpose because I've been doing all my decorating, painting and whatnot. So there's paint all over it. And it was quite liberating, to be fair, not having to clean it, because I knew that I'd be taking it off. So anyway, let's see how this goes. So nothing special, just an hairdryer. Going to put it on quite a high heat and keep it fairly close to the top. Just in this area here where that little flap is underneath that I can pull on. So I'll just do this off camera because you don't want to be watching a guy holding a loud hairdryer. So and I can tell you, just a few seconds of that, this has gone very kind of gooey and elasticy, I guess is the best way I can describe it. And there we go, it will start coming off. All you have to do is heat that adhesive up and it will start to lift off, as you can see. So because I can't film and do this particularly well at the same time, I'm just going to pause the video. I'm essentially just going to start pulling on it and heat a small patch each time, and when I feel it start to get all grabby again and doesn't want to come off, I'll stop and add more heat. So I'll let you know how it goes, and I'll see how long it takes to potentially do this whole section here. See, literally like 2 minutes in, I'm making really good progress. It's definitely pulling off in much bigger chunks, and the original countertop is starting to reveal itself. Now I can feel it, it's very rough and very sticky because it's been on here at least 2 years, maybe a bit longer. And I'll show you at the end how we address this stickiness, because that is horrible and it feels very rough, it's not smooth. And as you can see, potentially just there, look, that's all adhesive and we need to get that off, but I'll do that towards the end. Let me just get this section sorted out. It's been a couple of days as I got involved with other jobs, and I've tried a few different things. Now I kind of suspect that maybe the previous owner had sprayed down adhesive and then applied DC fix on top of that, because there's no way there should be this much adhesive to deal with. So I've tried a few different things. So furniture polish, that's quite good once you've got pretty much all the adhesive off and you want to clean the area. So that's good. Goo Gone works reasonably well to soften the adhesive. However, just rubbing it with like a microfiber or whatever, it just doesn't work. So next there's the Stanley blade. Now if you're careful, obviously it depends on the quality of your laminate worktop, but I can use this without doing any damage, and I'm being very thorough using this head torch even to check for scratches and remaining adhesive. That works, but you probably are going to get some cramp in your thumb after a while. The glue gun isn't amazing, but it's reasonably okay. And then I had a joiner around the other day to work on a door, and he gave me this, which is kind of like a builder's grade adhesive remover, and this is by far the best stuff I've used so far. But even this won't just dissolve it, you still have to scrape it off. So as kind of like a last resort, because this area here has taken me like 3 hours, maybe more, I've ordered some acetone, aka nail polish remover, and I'll try it on a small spot to make sure it doesn't damage the laminate. But acetone should dissolve the adhesive completely, and then it should just wipe away, rather than still having to scratch away at it to remove it. In the meantime, I bought this, which is really good, from Amazon. It's just an Amazon Basics tile scraper, and you can cover a lot more ground than you can with a Stanley knife, and it's blunter, so you're even less likely to do any damage. So that's what I'm using now, basically this and that combo, and then some generic furniture polish right at the end. Sometimes a bit of Goo Gone as well to mix things up. But we are getting there. This surface is looking pretty decent now. Let me get this torch out of the way. I wonder if you'll be able to see. So this is the area I've done, and then if we just move there, that's the area I've not done, and you can see the difference. All that adhesive there, and it's just brutal. It's such a bore to remove it as well, but needs must. And I personally think this looks way nicer than that. So I'll carry on, and once the acetone shows up, I'll give that a test spot, and I'll see how that works. Also, probably a combination of all these chemicals has made the sealant silicone kind of loosen and come off. You can see it there, the grey. So I'm going to reseal these edges. So bear that in mind. If you don't want to do any resealing, then just avoid getting these chemicals anywhere near your bead. So yeah. So welcome back to another episode of Blow Your Brains Out. Update. I've switched from a Stanley blade to this little plastic scraper, which comes with its own spare blades. I feel like this is much safer. I mean, the Stanley is fine if you're careful, but particularly on these corners here, you definitely run a higher chance of taking chunks out. So this seems to be doing just as good. It's just very sharp plastic. I'll leave a link to where you can get this. Next, I've ordered a few different chemicals to try out. First I tried White Spirit, which works quite well actually, but it still leaves a bit of a tacky residue which you have to work at. So I've just tried this general purpose IPA, isopropyl alcohol. Just poured it on this section here, look, and it's coming off an absolute treat. Look at that, it kind of looks like frog spawn. Disgusting, disgusting stuff. I've not really applied much there, but if you look, that's just coming off, no questions asked. So of everything I've tried, this seems to work the best. I did some googling, and laminate on a microscopic level is porous, and contact adhesive, like she must have used, like spray-on adhesive, it manages to get in all those microscopic pores within the laminate, which means it's very hard to just wipe off, because you'll wipe like the surface layer off and there'll still be this residue stuck in those microscopic pores. So you really do need something very potent to remove it all, but also something that's not gonna dull or damage the laminate. So once you've done a section, I'd recommend just mopping up whatever's left. I'm not comfortable leaving rubbing alcohol on the surface. With that said, that's my best option now. I did also order acetone, which I may try, I may not. Depends how much progress I make. I might just do it anyway, out of curiosity's sake. But I'll do it up in like a corner over there where a microwave's going to be. So if it does dull the surface, I'm never going to see it. But yeah, I'm just going to crack on and continue getting this shit off. Never thought I'd get to say this, but I am finished. Minus sealant round here. But yeah, brutal, absolutely brutal. I did finally get into the groove and made pretty good progress. So let's just do a kind of rundown of what's best to use. Point 1, don't bother with Goo Gone, WD-40, furniture polish. If someone's used spray contact adhesive, which I'm pretty sure they did, it will take you twice as long, if not longer, using a mild product like that. What you want is isopropyl alcohol, IPA, which is in here. That works very well. Equally good, if not a little bit better, is white spirit. So either or, to be honest. I kind of switch between the two because they're both almost as good as each other, really. So what you want to do, if you're doing a large area, I literally just sprayed it all over the panel, or sometimes just poured it straight on neat, and immediately got to work with this plastic scraper. As you can imagine, given how narrow it is, it's going to take you a long time. There's just no way around that. But this is the safest one to use. As I said before, I'll leave a link where you can get one. They're very cheap. It was like £2. And it comes with a bunch of spare blades. It's worth having to remove stickers from jars and stuff as well. So for the most part, I use that. Especially on these rounded corners here, because I did use this Stanley window scraper, but you will put gouges in the laminate if you do that on corners. So this is good for like really stubborn areas, but I wouldn't really recommend it too much for the rest of it. So yeah, scrape it all up. What will happen is it will turn into like a jelly. So what I would do is kind of scrape in a circle like this, so it all pools into this jelly. And if it dries, it will just dry back as glue. So if you keep it pooled in like a pool of IPA or white spirit, whatever you're using, it won't dry, and you can just leave it there for a bit while you carry on working around the other areas. Then just grab some paper towel. That's some Valentine's stuff there. And just swipe it up like that. Just wipe it up. Scoop it up if you can. You can also use this to kind of like shovel it onto the paper towel. If you rub it too much like this, all you're going to do is spread a diluted adhesive back on the surface. So you just won't make any progress. Next point. Given that you're using these chemicals, it's likely that your silicone sealant is going to come off, as mine did. Now to remove that is quite easy. Literally just go like this, all the way along it, and then do the same this way, all the way along it, and it'll peel straight off. That was easy, just came straight off like that. Another point, which is actually really handy, I don't know, I might have thrown it away, but basically use a magic sponge. Soak a magic sponge in IPA, and that's perfect for getting into this sort of area, and also these bits, and especially the corners here. Here it is. But I would only use the magic sponge after you've kind of at least done one pass with this, because the sponge will get clogged up with adhesive and then it won't work. But these are super cheap. and these edge bits are just perfect for going along here, and it will scrape up the adhesive. It won't leave any marks on the laminate, and the adhesive gets embedded into the magic sponge, and you can just throw it away. So once you've done all that, what I did is I went back one more time with some generic, well in my case I used bathroom cleaner. It's pretty much all the same stuff, just generic kitchen cleaner. Sprayed it on, because basically once you think you've done, when you go back to the first panel, you might feel like these lumps on it. It kind of feels like bogies, for lack of a better word. And they'll be stuck to the surface and it will feel a bit rough. Which isn't the end of the world, but just as a final clean, spray some of that on, leave it for a bit, and then I gently went around with this because it has a much larger surface area. I'll leave this in the description as well. This is like a tile / window cleaner, and I've got paint on these tiles, so this will come in really handy. So I'll just scrape up any remaining bits that I might have left, and then just mop it up with a rag basically. And finally, if you have silicone sealant around here as well, which you should, mine was quite dirty. It was quite brown in areas from grease and stuff, and I don't want to replace it. I used Surfex HD, which is a built amber product diluted at 10%, and it's absolute magic. It's so good. Just spray it straight onto the silicone sealant there, wipe it off with a rag, and it comes up like new. I use this all the time for like automotive purposes as well. It's a great wheel cleaner, engine bay, all that kind of stuff. But it's also great around the house. So yeah, that's essentially it. Regardless if your DC fix has been, and I strongly suspect that mine was applied with a spray adhesive, in which case there's no way around it. It's going to take a long time to do. I've probably spent maybe 4 or 5, maybe even 6 hours to finish it, and I still need to seal it. So if you have a friend to help you, or family member or whatever, obviously it's going to half the time. I'd probably just get 2 of these, so they can be more effective. But yeah, got there in the end. And in my case, there was a tiny bit of damage. I've ordered a, I think it's called Unica colour film. It's like a resin in white, just to fill that little scratch there. There's a bit of silicone there, and there's a couple there, look, and that's it. Oh, a tiny little chip there too, but that doesn't really bother me. Just leave a cutting board there if the colour fill doesn't work. But yeah, you do have to be prepared to find out that there might be damage to the counter, and that might be why the previous owner put DC fix down. But yeah, I'm going on and on and on. So I hope this helps. I didn't really see any good videos, tutorials on YouTube for this, so I figured I'd make my own, but well worth it. I'm very glad to be rid of that fake wood effect. So cheers. Just to wrap this up, I might as well, because I've not edited the video yet, and I've just done my silicone sealing. So there you go. The kitchen is now done. Just excuse the mess. Well, it's not done. I still need to polish the sink and change the tap. I'm doing a review on the Forius tap on Amazon, so keep an eye out for that. But yeah, there's the silicone. Corner was a bit brutal, but all in all, I'm really happy with that, and it looks way better than the grey. And it is something to bear in mind. You may need to replace your sealant, as I said before, if you use these harsh chemicals to get the adhesive off. But all I used was a £3 profiling kit, like a £4 gun, and I think the silicone itself was about £6, something like that. I'll leave a link in the description to all the items used. So yeah, hope this helps. This is literally my first time doing any silicone sealing, and definitely my first time scraping adhesive off. In fact, I'm brand new to DIY in general, so plenty more home improvement and DIY videos to come. Cheers.